guys, how's it going? I see we already have 2 in here. Alright, I see. Let's get this thing underway. We already got 4. My God. You guys are filling in fast. Alright, let's get this thing underway. As we're here at Texas World Speedway, here for the first race qualifying. We got 45 drivers. Pretty much everyone that isn't a team owner is currently allowed to be is currently signed up for this race. 88 of Mitchell Henderson, Stuart Gratton, Fernando Olieza. He's going to be the first truck to pull out of his pit stall. Behind him is going to be the 81 of Jennifer Power. Right, guys, hold on a second. I'm gonna do something real quick. I gotta move the sound from my ears to my headphones. There we go. Alright, back to the action. There's a 54 Fernando Olieza. There will be 18 advance in each session, so there are 2 sessions. 18 will advance for each, and in the next race there's only going to be 10, as it's not going to be the entirety of the field, as the top 27 will be the only ones that are locked in. Tanya Breyer, Fradamar Otts in the 543, Stuart Gratton's 47 truck. One of the veterans, Bill Cox, in the 22. As we're watching Fernando Olieza as he makes his first lap around. It's going to be a 46.83. And you're probably going to see the times drop as soon as they get a drafting partner. Kenny Washington, one of the Copperhead Amateur Series drivers. And also, if you notice, Kenny Washington does not have rookie stripes on his truck. That denotes that he's either in a higher series or has raced in a higher series before. Also, team owners do not have rookie stripes. Antonino Russo, the 26 car, the 26 truck for Malley Motorsports. 57 of Gatlin Downey, being followed closely behind by Jones Motorsports' Alex Cage. Currently, if we look at the leaderboard, the last driver on the cut line, it was Isaac Nichols, but Isaac managed to put himself a little bit higher onto the standings. Here's the 19 of Colin Denton, as these two catch him in the corner. Bob Schwepke, the Sneck man himself, finished, I believe, fourth or fifth in the Quaker State Late Model Series, coming back with his 334 truck. Kieran Pangborn, Mike Modesty, and Mitchell Henderson in the 88 truck. As we go up to the top, he is currently top on the board in qualifying times. Behind him would be the 90 truck of Kenny Washington. Meanwhile, as this group starts to form, you're going to see groups starting to form. This track is really heavy on drafting, much like a super speedway would be, but this track is only considered a speedway. But due to the high banking of this racetrack, it is a very good draft track. As you can see, another little group of drafting is happening back here between Arnold von Hindenburg, Eli Bright, and Nathan Howman. Howman came close to winning the season championship last year, but lost it on the final race of the season, which was either the final race or the second to last race, which was, I believe, Milwaukee. Otts and Grattan still by themselves. The 6 of Nick Pericles, currently sitting in 8th, as Henderson still sitting in that top spot. Behind him is the 98 of Tristan Allen. As we go down to the cutoff line, currently the 31 of Lucas Sky is the only driver, is the last driver in the cutoff spot. Behind him is Russo. Oh, Russo just moved up into the 18th spot with his last lap. So now Russo, oh no, nope. Now someone else has moved up. I believe you're the 67. What's your driver's name? And then I can probably tell you. Currently, Russo sitting all the way back in the final position. Currently, the drivers that are going to be cut off. Oh, Gatlin Downey got moved down. So a couple drivers already moved up. So Gatlin Downey is now in 19th. He's in the cutoff spot. Bob Schwepke looks like he made his way up into 17th with his last lap. The 57 of Gatlin Downey, the 31 of Lucas Sky, the 543 of Frodemar Otts, and the 47 of Stuart Grattan are all out of the race. However, Gatlin Downey moves himself back up into the position. And that'll kick out Kieran Pangborn. As now Bob Schwepke is currently sitting in 18th. And do remember that there are 2 sessions, as we have about 2.5 minutes left in the main part of this session. Go for Mike Modesty in 17th right now, in front of the 334 Bob Schwepke. However, Kieran Pangborn moves himself back into the spot, as he's getting a big push from that 17 truck, and they're going 3 wide into turn number 3. Getting a little racy in qualifying here. As Pangborn will definitely get an improved time off of that one. Moves himself up to 16th. as Schlepka is still trying to get back into that top position. Only a few minutes left to go in this first session of qualifying. It looks like von Hindenburg will Downey actually went up to second, and depending on, I believe he is, if he's in this group, he might have gotten a really good push from somebody, as Nathan Hallman in the 17 is your current time leader. Michael Henderson got moved back into 8th. As we head back down. Now, Mike Monacy in the 04 truck is out of the loop, and he's in 19th right now. Frodemar Otts managed to push his way through. Oh, and a big shake-up now, as Otts moves in, as well as, I believe, some other driver. 2 drivers move in, and 2 drivers get pushed back out. That's going to be Nick Pericles and Frodemar Otts, and then another driver moves in. I believe that was Tanya Breyer in the 38. These drivers are really picking up the pace now. Breyer fighting alongside Jennifer Power to stay in that 18th spot. And another trouble position would be the 17th position, because 2 drivers could make up time, as Isaac Nichols is going to drop down into pit lane. None of the team owners are racing, so it's Alex Cage in the 696. Oh, and 2 drivers get knocked out at the very end of the race, at the very end of the qualifying session. It's going to be Tanya Breyer and Isaac Nichols both getting knocked out by Frodemar Otts, and I believe Nick Pericles. Wow. What a move by those 2 drivers, as that'll end qualifying for the first event. As we go up, the qualifying order goes as follows. Nathan Hallman wins it. Bob Schlepka in second with a nice time of 38.211. Gatlin Downey will finish in third. Fourth will be the 28 of Arnold von Hindenburg. Fifth is Mike Monacy. Sixth is Eli Bright. Seventh is 19 of Colin Denton. 18th is Jennifer Power. Eighth is Jennifer Power. 9th, Bill Cox. 10th is Kenny Washington in the 90 truck. 11th, the 88 of Mitchell Henderson. The 54 of Fernando Olieza. In 12th, 13th is Tristan Allen. 14th, Karen Pangborn. 15th, Nick Pericles. 16th is the 26 of Antonino Russo. 17th is the 696 of Alex Cage. And 18th, in that final spot, will be the 543 of Frodemar Otts. The drivers that will not make it in from this first session is the 13 of Isaac Nichols and the 38 of Tanya Breyer, both getting knocked out at the very last second. And then the 21 in 21st is the 47 of Stuart Grattan and the 31 of Lucas Sky. That's going to be it for your first qualifying run, as we make our way onto the second qualifying session, which will feature 23 drivers. And 18 will be coming from that session. So Rick Witt obviously wanting to make it in, since his teammate of Tanya Breyer in the 38 did not. The 07 of Jack Porkins, the 87 of Derek Hamill, 33 of Zachary Fitzgerald, and Justin Zeidel will make it in. And also, if you guys are going to ask if you guys qualify, just give me the name of your driver and I can tell you. Meanwhile, Justin Zeidel going to be the first truck off of pit lane. 76 is Zachary Fitzwater going to be the second truck off of pit lane. As the other two BCR Mercedes trucks, Ace Garcia and Patrick Smith, are in this session. Menard's truck of Justin Zeidel waiting to make it in, so that way Tristan Allen has at least one teammate for Rogers Motorsports. As Porkins and Chavez will make their way onto the track. Stephen Thompson in the 55 will make his way onto the racetrack. Zachary Fitzgerald in the 33, followed by the 80 of Derek Yarworth. Zachary Fitzwater. Igor Barreto. You can see the 3 of Al Agassi, followed by the 36 of Eric Monaco. Monaco without the rookie stripes, as he is a full-time driver in the Copperhead Amateur Series. Is Al Agassi with a really quick time, 37.656, and that's mostly due to the overcast that popped up between qualifying sessions. I believe this is as close as I can get. I can try TV2, but it's not really that much closer. You can see the field starting to fill out here. Rick Witt and Justin Zeidel kind of grouped up together. Stephen Thompson all alone in that 55. Kurt Trenchman in the 60. There's the 03 of Ace Garcia, currently sitting, looks like in the back, in 17th. However, he hasn't made his first official lap yet, as there is only 3 drivers left that have yet to make a lap. The 03, the 25, and the 92. As the 03 coming around to finish his first lap. That'll be a 38.101. That's not going to be enough, or that will be enough to move him onto the list. The 25 will move up into 18th, and the 92 about to complete his first lap. That'll propel him way up into the field, as he will, actually no, he will just take 18th from that one. Now the drivers that are in trouble are the 60, the 25, 16, 55, and 01 trucks. The 67 of Patrick Smith with his I guess drafting buddy in the 87 of Derek Hamill. Patrick Smith currently in 20th position. And that last lap will definitely not be enough to move him out of that position. Igor Barreto has moved himself into the 9th spot. Stephen Thompson mired back in 23rd. dead last, as he doesn't really have that much drafting help around him. And you're going to see a pretty big group start to form, as you can already see 4 trucks have gotten in the group together. That's the 07 of Jack Porkins, the 45 of Cesar Chavez, the 16 of Alexander Rowe, and the 25 of Jason Kranz. Kranz almost won the championship last season, but got it taken away in the last race by the 21 truck of William Verdeman, who has moved back to Germany running touring cars. Daniel Bouchard currently sitting in 8th. As we see top of the list is the driver behind him in the 76 of Zachary Fitzwater. Fitzwater is shown to have some speed in that 76 truck, but we'll have to see that when we get to the actual race. Part-time Wade Enterprises truck, the number 06 of Jacob Poole. Ryan Kendall in the 23, and then there's the 80 of Derek Yarworth, both of them using the Ram decals. 67 truck currently in 21st right now, as both of the BCR Mercedes trucks in this session are back in the back of the field. It's like Ace Garcia went into pit lane, making a few adjustments to the truck, getting him a little bit faster, maybe putting him into a drafting position. As we go back on to Patrick Smith. Number 68 of Rick Witt, currently in 12th. See if I can find Ace as he comes out of pit lane. Obviously he's going to get caught by these 2 trucks as they head down the back stretch. Of Jason Kranz sitting in 12th at the moment. 55 truck, that's the only Dorellis Motorsports truck that is not in the top of this group here, and it's kind of odd to see, actually, as Dorellis Motorsports has some of the best equipment out there. The 55 just hasn't had a lot of drafting help. And like I said before, this track acts a lot like Daytona or Talladega would, in the fact that you need a lot of drafting help in order to actually get a good time. And he's the only one still stuck in the 38-second mark. However, he does move up in front of Ace Garcia, as Ace Garcia is almost still in the 38-second mark. Patrick Smith, however, has made it into a drafting group. That'll definitely help him. Is that last lap? A 37.183. That'll keep him still in 20th. He's got to get a much better lap. A lot of these drivers are running 36-second laps. But he's sitting behind the 68 of Rick Witt, and he's got some help behind him from the 87 of Derek Hamill. Going to move down to that low line just to see if he can get a lot of get some speed. That's going to be a 36.813. That'll move him up to 13th position. Now Patrick Smith has put him into a better spot than he was. Nice lap by that truck. as now the 33 of Zachary Fitzgerald is on the cusp of missing. As you can see, he's just been all alone the entirety of the time. As Jack Porkins with a 36.998, is the 36s are really where you need to be now. Porkins out on his own, and it doesn't really help. And that looks like it'll end qualifying with Jack Porkins finishing with a 36.883. Zachary Fitzwater will win the second session of qualifying. The 80 truck of Derek Yarworth in second, Steve Hickman in third, the 37 of Daniel Bouchard will be in fourth. Fifth is Rick Witt in the 68. Sixth is the 06 of Jacob Poole. The 92 of Giovanni Barraza will be in seventh. Eighth is Igor Barreto in the 01. Ninth is the 44 of Justin Zeidel. 10th is the 23 of Ryan Kendall. The 36 of Eric Monaco will be 11th. 12th is the 3 of Al Lagasse. 13th is the 67 of Patrick Smith. The 87 of Derek Hamill will be in 14th. 15th is the 16 of Alexander Rowe. 16th, Jason Kranz. 17th is the 4 of Russ Kamoski. Finishing out your top 18 will be the 07 of Jack Porkins. Drivers who will not make it in, unfortunately, are the 45 of Cesar Chavez, the 33 of Zachary Fitzgerald, the 55 of let me go so I know his name, the 55 of Stephen Thompson, the 03 of Ace Garcia, and the 60 of Kurt Trenchman will not make it in to that will not make it into that second round of qualifying. However, final round of qualifying, this will set the field for the final race, as we have our two sets of 18 drivers ready and willing to go. As Bill Cox already jumping out at the very start of this race. Rick Witt quickly behind him. Jack Porkins in the 07 will come out not too far behind, as we can already see drivers are pulling out onto the racetrack quickly. And this first lap will not actually count towards the qualifying times. This will most likely be a 55-second lap for the majority of the drivers, as a big gaggle of cars, big gaggle of trucks pulls out. Patrick Smith in the 67 truck. I believe the first BCR Mercedes truck to pull out onto the track. It was a decent qualifying run for BCR Mercedes, as they got 3 of their 4 trucks in. Giovanni Barraza in the 92, with Rick Witt in the 68 trucks. Oh, and Rick Witt's smoking. Something has happened to that 68 truck. Smoke billowing out of the back end of that race truck, so something obviously wrong. He's going to try and limp that truck around the pit lane and see what's going on with it. And they are allowed to switch to a backup truck if they have to. Rick Witt had a pretty decent lap, but doesn't get to continue on with the second one. It's Kieran Pangborn going to go under the 334 Bob Schwebke. And now this track is going to get a little bit crowded, a little bit more crowded than it was, as this is 36 trucks compared to the 22 and 23 that were racing beforehand. And this is to set the field. Watch the winner of the last qualifying, Zachary Fitzwater, sitting in 4th right now, the 67 of Patrick Smith in 3rd. Jack Porkins and Mike Monacy. Mike Monacy currently, I believe, will come out with his video around the same time that the, a little bit, probably after the race is over, and that'll be roof cam footage of this event. Derek Yarworth currently in 11th right now. As we watch, we're looking at the top of the board to see who can grab the pole position. Currently, Russ Kamoski was in the lead, but now it's been taken over by the 19 of Colin Denton because of this massive pack. And it's kind of funny, Colin Denton in the 19 truck, he actually he literally just bought that truck. He literally bought that truck an hour before qualifying started, or an hour before qualifying registration ended. So the 19 of Colin Denton, definitely a story worth mentioning. However, we do see the 17 truck is in the lead as he has taken over pole position honors, and the 44 has taken over. Man, the pole is just shaking up as everyone goes by. It looks like Patrick Smith now holds the pole spot. And this is really where drivers want to be, is in a huge group like this. Looks like someone went down into pit lane. 57 of Gatlin Downey heading down into pit lane. And qualifying is really getting shaken up. Almost going 4 wide there. 17 managed to come out ahead of the rest of the trucks, as this is a huge group of trucks. Quite honestly, if I was in this pack, I'd kind of be nervous to be doing stuff like this. 81 of Jennifer Power is going to head up on the very high line. She's going to allow this 06 of Jacob Poole to get by. Currently Patrick Smith in first. Second is the 334 of Bob Schwebke. Let's see if we can find Mike Monacy here. This is the view that he's going to be showing. He always will have a roof cam available, and we'll switch to it whenever we have the time for it. It's almost like Dale Jr.'s own little segment in the Cup Series. This is Mike Monacy's little segment in the Truck Series. And from the 07 of Jack Porkins. You can see this track is a really fast racetrack. They do not have to let up on the throttle very much to get into these corners. far as everything is concerned. Jennifer Power in the 81 truck, moving into third. I believe they want to make this an all BCR Mercedes front row. It's Jennifer Power and Gatlin Downey. Gatlin Downey is the lowest on the board in 25th. And the reason that Mike Monacy is gets his own segment is because he always has a roof camera. He always has that roof camera because he's always posting videos to YouTube of his races. And that will go straight through from when he starts the race, from qualifying to when he ends the race, if he misses qualifying or if he gets wrecked out. Or if something happens to the truck where he finishes completely. Mike Monacy actually does get monetization for it. He was allowed to by the MSCA, as they have let him do it. And it's been a really good partnership as he gets to race. Oh, and a big scramble up there. It looks like the 16 of Alexander Rowe will also go on up into smoke. And that's really going to hurt some drivers as Gatlin Downey moved into 14th on his last lap before that. A few surprises here as Bob Schwepke in the 334 taking an unsponsored truck up to second place. I believe he's the only truck without a sponsor in the top 10. Bill Cox currently sitting in 12th. Has never really been the best qualifier. Kieran Pangborn in the 24. He's currently sitting in 7th. 33rd is the 92 of Giovanni Barraza, which is kind of odd seeing that he's been in this group for, I believe, a fair bit of time. Tristan Allen, another surprise, seeing that he's in 34th in that leaf filter truck. As we're getting down to the very end of qualifying. Only a few laps remain for these drivers. Watch a little bit after the finish line, and that's going to be it for qualifying. That last group of trucks will end it off, as we'll find the very end of it, and your lineup will go as follows. The 67 of Patrick Smith will make it into the top spot. He will be your pole award winner. And next to him will be the 334 of Bob Schwepke. A nice run by Bob to get into second. Third is the 24 of Kieran Pangborn. Fourth is the 81 of Jennifer Power. Fifth, Derek Yarworth. Sixth is the 06 of Jacob Poole. Seventh is the 25 of Jason Kranz. Eighth is the 44 of Justin Zeidel. Ninth is Daniel Bouchard, and 10th, a surprise to see Frodemar Otts in the 543 truck. 11th is the 3 of Al Lagasse. 12th is Antonino Russo in the 26th. 13th is the 17 of Nathan Hallman. 14th is the 22 of Bill Cox. 15th is Steve Hickman in the 64. 16th is the 53 of Eli Bright. 17th is Mitchell Henderson in the 88 truck. 18th is Rick Witt in the 68th. 19th is the 01 of Igor Barreto, and 20th will be the 57 of Gatlin Downey. 21st through 30th, the 76 of Zachary Fitzwater, the 4 of Russ Kamaski, the 28 of Arnold von Hindenburg. 24th is the 19 of Colin Denton. 25th is the 90 of Kenny Washington. 26th is the 696 of Alex Cage. 27th is the 98 of Tristan Allen. 28th is the 04 of Mike Monacy. 29th is the 23 of Ryan Kendall, and 30th will be the 87 of Derek Hamill. And the last 6 trucks, the 31st truck is the 16 of Alexander Rowe. 32nd is the 36 of Eric Monaco. 92 of Giovanni Barraza is 33rd. 34th is Nick Pericles in the 6th. 35th is Fernando Olieza in the 54. And rounding out your field in pretty much dead last is the 07 of Jack Porkins. That will end it off for your qualifying here, as that will be how your field will go into the race. That is how your field will line up. Thank you guys for coming into the for the qualifying stream, as hopefully I can get the race out in the next week or so. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys at Texas World for the first race of the season.